Hey Cancer, thank you again for joining me for your reading for the month of March in 2016, not 15. If you have subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading for all Cancer signs out there. If you are interested in getting a more personalized reading, please check out my website, blissfulbee.net. And we can set up a time to do a reading. I do personalized Skype readings as well as pre-recorded video and email readings. I'm going to just scoot this forward so you can see the cards a little bit better. Yeah, and I think that they are much better to get a more specific look at what's going on for you specifically rather than for all Cancers out there. If you are interested in supporting my channel, I would appreciate it from the bottom of my heart and would graciously accept anything that you would have to offer. Any donations that are made to this channel are put towards making sure I get better quality videos out there for you guys for your free monthly readings. There's a link in the description box below on how to support this channel, so thank you very much for taking a look into that. So I think with all of that said, I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle the deck a little bit more and then we can get started with your personal reading. So my question to the deck today is, what do my Cancer friends need to know in order to experience March 2016 to the fullest potential and learn the most that they can? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and lay out the spread. So let's take a look, shall we? Your U card is the Nine of Wands, and this is experimentation but also victory. You're reaching the end of a very long journey, and what you're doing now is you're tying up the loose ends and you're preparing yourself for the next chapter in your life. But you may have recently just gotten back from a lot of travel. It could also be just basically even a spiritual journey or just a new way of intellectually thinking and going through this chapter. So I think that you're just now starting to come out and moving now into the next phase of your life, and maybe even getting better at becoming an expertise, or if you're going through a new way of learning, becoming more of an experienced person in that role, or you could be coming back from some kind of trip. What's crossing you is the Emperor. And so now what's going on, I think, for you is you've gone through this journey, you've been a bit of a wanderlust, and you've just allowed yourself to go with the flow and take in each day for what it is. But now it seems like you're ready to start settling down and maybe building a home for yourself, or build a home to potentially start a family. What you've got above you is the Hierophant, and he is typically the leader of maybe a religious group, but a group in particular, rather than it being a one-on-one kind of mentor. And it being the number 5 in numerology, it represents expansion, but also a sense of turbulence. So this might be what's happening right now, is that you're seeking a sense of foundation and structure, but you're shifting from this old chapter into the new one, and it's creating some small chaos for you in your life. What's below you is the Page of Pentacles, and so this could be a message of potentially a new job, a new way of bringing material wealth into your world. It could it could be in relation to wanting to build a home for yourself. So I think that this is really good for you. Just be careful to make sure that you aren't, I'm about to say just be careful not to be too careful, but what I'm trying to mean is don't get so wrapped up in the idea of creating safety for yourself that you push yourself away from being able to do things that are out of the box like you have been doing in the past. Take the lessons that you've learned from this previous journey into account and try not to go back into maybe what has felt comfortable for you before. Go with the flow. Accept this new job, but also accept it as another opportunity for you to learn or expand your current knowledge base. Recently in the past, you have been working very hard, actually. You've got the Eight of Pentacles in your recent past, and this could actually be in relation to the journey that you were just now finishing. You were putting a lot of hard work into it, and I think it just feels like it's time to move on to the next thing. Definitely take this skill that you've learned or that you've gotten good at with you into this next path in your life, because this is one of those things that will be really beneficial to you in the long run. The Seven of Wands is your upcoming future, which usually means competition, or people are threatening your beliefs or threatening what you've been starting to share with others. So it's going to have to be time to wait it out. Take advantage of the structure and the stability that you're building for yourself, and let that be the framework that you need in order for you to be able to expand into this new chapter. Your friends and family are going through a bit of a challenge themselves. They've got Justice as their card. There may have been a situation that has happened to them in their lives that they're having to make decisions on rationally that could result in consequences that are bad for other people. And they may actually be the people that are against this new job or maybe this new endeavor for you. But again, what's really important to keep in mind here is the fact that you wouldn't have found this job today if you hadn't had gone through the experiences that you did in the past. So take the lessons that your family is trying to teach you into account, but don't let it rule every single aspect of your life. And you don't even have to accept their advice either. You can just say, thank you for your opinion. I appreciate your concern, and I can feel that you are here to love me, but this is just the path that I need to go on my own. Your hopes card is that this new endeavor that you're going on isn't going to betray you. The Seven of Swords is the card of deceit. And I think that you're nervous about this new path and you're just wanting it to work out, obviously. Your family may not agree with you. And I think that this card is only a fear. I don't believe that this is actually truth. And I don't think that you should let it phase you. I think that you should continue on your path and just practice going with the flow, because that's what you're good at. Your fear, again, is that you'll lose your sense of strength, of self-control, of mastering the elements around you. But what's important to learn here is that while you are graduating from this last progress or chapter in your life, this new one, while it may be new and daunting and different to you, it doesn't mean that you're going to lose everything. You can't ever lose everything. You can only continue to realign with new problems and new challenges, not new problems and new challenges, but what we see is that as we go through life, it sometimes feel like we've fallen back into our same habits or our same problems that we've dealt with before. But in reality, we aren't actually falling back into the same exact problem. What's happening is our lives are happening in a spiral, and it's going up as if to create a cone. And the problems that you're dealing with, well, in the past, it may have been at point A, but now you've gotten up to point C, D, E. And so there's no way that you can possibly lose your inner strength, because it's what's gotten you all the way up to this point. So keep persevering. Your last card, your final outcome, is the Five of Pentacles. And this is a card of putting yourself out there, basically, and making yourself vulnerable. That's what I feel like is just going to have to happen right now, is you are going to have to go through this new change, this new phase, and experience something that's out of the box for you. But by practicing your inner strength and your inner will, and by avoiding negative comments to affect you, you're going to end up much more successful than you could have been to begin with. Yeah. So, Cancer, I think that was a good... Hang on. Anyway, to finish... Sorry, my dogs are barking. Cancer, thank you so much for taking the time today to let me read your cards. It really means a lot to me. If you are interested in a personal reading, please check out my website, blissfulbee.net. I do email readings, recorded video readings, as well as phone and Skype. So hit subscribe, like, share, comment, let me know your thoughts. I appreciate all of it and listen to all of it. So I wish you a wonderful rest of your month, and even a good weekend. Happy Sunday. Bye, everybody.